Order. Question number 5, Honourable David Parker.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Finance. Does he stand by the cost to the Crown of the Canterbury Rebuild presented in Budget 2014?
Good question.
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, yes, that is the Treasury's best estimate based on current information, according to the criteria they have to apply for the accuracy of the estimates.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Parker.
Does he agree with the Prime Minister's statement last week that the cost to the Crown of the rebuild will increase to around $20 billion?
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, I think the Prime Minister suggested that it could, and of course that is yet to be seen. But the best estimate at the moment is around $15.4 billion. There's been some airing of differences of view, for instance, around how much of the cost the council should carry compared to the government, and we're engaged in constructive discussions about that, and that could possibly see the cost rise.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Parker.
Given that even before the budget, the Christchurch City Council said its share of infrastructure rebuild costs were higher, and the Prime Minister's lately said he thinks the costs are going up too, why did he present a budget showing the Crown's share of those infrastructure rebuild costs had dropped compared with the prior budget?
Hear, hear.
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, because that is and I have to say remains the best assessment of the cost of the infrastructure. The Council's been becoming much more familiar with its current financial circumstances and its outlook. They have some views about what costs they should carry, and those, of course, will be constructively discussed with the government. But in the end, the Treasury set the amount according to the valuations of the insurance liabilities and the best estimates of future costs to the government.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Parker.
Why would anyone have confidence in his numbers when at the last election the pre-election fiscal update booked the proceeds of asset sales but failed to account for the decrease in dividends?
56.
Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, as was extensively discussed after the last election, as part of Labor's usual relitigation of election results where they think the public got it wrong, including back in 1975, which they're still relitigating. As part of that discussion, it became quite clear Treasury followed the correct statutory processes as it has for this budget.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Parker.
Can he assure the House that the rebuild figures published by the Treasury in this year's pre-election economic and fiscal update will be accurate and will fully represent the true and higher costs of the rebuild as belatedly acknowledged by the Prime Minister just last week?
Well, that's what
Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, as the member will know, the pre-election update is prepared by the Treasury in its capacity under the Public Finance Act as an independent statutory agency. They will decide what those numbers are, and I expect they'll apply the same objectivity and integrity they have to the Budget 2014 number. Now, it could be higher. That's up to them. It depends on a lot of moving parts with respect to Christchurch funding.
Question number 6, David Bennett.
Mr Speaker, my question is to the Minister of Transport. What recent announcements